So now that the Ansible Tower is up and running, it's time to explore its possibilities. And let's talk about the main components that you will be working with. So to reach how to manage machines with Tower, things are not really different from managing machines with Ansible engine from the command line. That means that you need to identify the managed machines. And on the Tower host set, we'll start by setting up etc host name resolving or DNS, because otherwise you can't find the machines. Next, on the managed machines themselves, you need to make sure that SSHD is running and it accepts incoming connections. So also take care of your firewall. And you need a user account with sudo privileges, like the way we did it while setting up Ansible engine. And also you need to set up password and optionally SSH keys. Once you've done that, you will be able to manage Ansible Tower. Let's do a quick overview of the different components involved before I will show you. It starts with the organization. In Ansible Tower, you can work with multiple organizations. That's only for the biggest environments. In most environments, you will be using one organization only as a collection of managed devices. Then there are the users. You can create users, which are administrative users that can be granted access to specific tasks. And inventories. Inventories are very important. They are about managed servers, and you can create them statically or dynamically. In order to manage servers with Ansible Tower, your license must allow you to do so. In settings license, you can check the host remaining to verify how many servers can be managed in your Tower subscription. And if you are using the developer's license, then the maximum number of nodes that can be managed is limited to 16. Next, there's the credentials. Credentials are very important because this is what you are using to log into anything. That is about managed machines, but also about Git credentials or AWS credentials. We will see there are many different types of credentials. Then there is a project. The project is a collection of playbooks that is obtained from a certain location. And by default, that location should be a GitHub repository. And last, there's the template. The template is the job definition with all of its parameters. And you need to launch it or you need to schedule it. Let me show you all these components in the Ansible Tower web interface. So here we are back at the Ansible Tower web interface. To start with, I will show you settings, because in settings we have a license, and in license you can see the number of hosts available. So I can manage a maximum of 16 hosts, and I have 15 hosts remaining. That's important because if you get beyond that number, then it won't work anymore. Now the most important resources are right here under resources. So we have templates, credentials, projects, inventories, as well as inventory scripts. I would say let's start with the inventory, because the inventory is all about your managed servers. But hey, if we want to do these managed servers, we need to start somewhere else, and that would be etc host. You know what? Let's do that later. Let me do that in the next demo. Let me just show you the demo resources that exist. These demo resources are a nice way to get familiar with Ansible Tower and explore the different options. So if I click on the demo inventory, then what do we see? We see the demo inventory itself. And if I click on host, then I see that in the demo inventory, we have localhost. So this is Ansible Tower managing itself. Nothing wrong with that. Next, you need credentials. The credentials are about how you are going to connect to your inventory host. And here we can see there's a demo credential, and in this demo credential, we have the credential type machine. Machine credentials are the default, but if you click on the magnifying glass here, you can see that other credential types are available as well, like HashiCorp or GitHub or Google Compute Engine or Azure or OpenStack or Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization. The credentials allow you to connect to anything that you would like to manage. In the credentials, you need a username. But be careful, this username must be an existing username on the local host. Here we can see admin, but the admin user is not a user that exists on the local host. So you won't get very far with this user. And the next component is the project. So we can see that there's a demo project, and this demo project is really about a connection to an SCM, which is a repository, typically a Git repository. And in this Git repository, we can see that the URL is set to Ansible Tower examples, and that helps you to get started with Ansible Tower. Now, the most important thing is where everything is getting together, and that is in the templates. So here we have a demo job template. And it's telling me the project selected has a status of never updated. And you must run a successful update. You know what that means? That means that I need to get back to the project and I need to click the update button. Because this is some standard thing that is hard-coded with the software, and we need to check with the Git repository if anything has changed. So that is what it's doing right now. You can see the blinking green light. That means that it is updating. And you can even click the blinking green light. You can click anywhere in Ansible Tower to see what is happening. And we can see that apparently it has done all right. Which means that right now we can get back to the template and select the demo job template. It's not complaining anymore, and you can see that it is selecting everything that is required. So we have a template name, we have the job type which is set to run. That's a normal run job, that's exactly what you want to do. We have an inventory, that's a demo inventory pointing to localhost. The project, that's a connection to the Git repo. And then from the project, you can see all the different playbooks that are available. In this case, just one, hello world.yml, but that's good enough. We have the demo credential and some other optional options that we don't really care about. Now, if you create a template, a job template for yourself, the next step is to click Save. And after clicking Save, you can launch it. So here we go. Let's launch it, and in the launch window you will see what is going to happen. Here is the output, and you can see that the play is running and the task gathering is running, and everything is going to show inside this window. Let's check how it is going to work out. And look at that, we are in business. So the task hello message has worked successfully. Message hello world, it has printed hello world. Of course, this is a very simple example, just to get you familiar with the different components in Ansible Tower. In the next demo, I will show you how to run your own project for real, to configure some servers with Ansible.